Welcome back to another episode of Psychotronic Coast to Coast. This week we watched Godzilla on Monster Island, also known as Godzilla vs. Gigan, from 1972, directed by, I didn't look this up, Jun Fukuda. It's not Godzilla's best. In fact, it's considered one of his worst films. Godzilla vs. Gigan is one of his lesser films, of which there are quite a few. But it's still one of my favorites because I just really like the monster action at the end. And this was Owen's very first Godzilla movie. He'd never seen any others, and I did the mortal sin of showing him a random one. You know, because that's how you're supposed to do it, right?
First Japanese.
Oh, right. You've seen the American renditions. That's fine.
Yes.
It's fair.
And the cartoon.
And the cartoon. Which cartoon?
Godzilla and whatever the baby Godzilla was.
Godzuki, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The American Godzilla show is actually quite good. The one for the sequel to the TriStar film. So, why don't you take us through this film and tell us what happened to the best of your ability?
I'm doing my best.
And I'll take you along. I've seen this movie a lot. So.
It starts out and we meet our main guy, I guess. I never got his name. He's an artist. He's trying to pitch homework monsters, overbearing mom monsters to this comic guy who's not interested. But at some point, he's hired by people making a theme park based around Godzilla and monsters.
And the head of that theme park is named Kubota, which will come into play later when they reveal who they are.
And he's trying to pitch him the exact same monsters. And they're like, yeah, sure.
Nobody wants them. He's trying to get them sold somewhere. So the monster of homework and the monster of two strict mothers.
And he's got the job. He eventually he's going in there to, I guess, turn in more monster stuff, and he runs into a girl. She drops a tape. Some guys are chasing her. He gives them the wrong direction and picks up the tape. And it's kind of how we get set on our very weird storyline. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, so what happens is he bumps into the girl on accident because he's going to the heads of Monsterland to, give them more, some pages as he's done with them, and bumps into her, and then she's trying to get she took the tape because they kidnapped her brother, because her brother found out about what was on the tape. And we don't find out what's on the tape for another 35 minutes. So, that's basically what happened.
Yeah.
So he decides at the last minute to point in a different direction where she didn't run. So the guys go running off on a wild goose chase, and he goes and picks up the tape. So that, because for some reason he doesn't want to turn it over to his new bosses and win brownie points, I guess.
That's where he meets his boss with his spinny desk and chair.
Yes, that would be Kubota.
Yeah, that's when he first meets him. He ends up walking through a park or something, and the girl confronts him. Says, "I saw you pick up that tape." I'm not sure how she saw that because she was long gone. But
yeah, my theory is that her partner saw, because she's with this. We'll reveal in a moment that she's actually with a hippie guy. What the Japanese considered hippies or thought hippies were via their filtered pop culture, So my assumption is that he was watching. She ran away since he wasn't seen with her. He just watched them run and then probably saw him pick up the tape. But it's never shown and it's never discussed beyond, I saw you do that. And but you didn't actually see it, did you? It's interesting. Anyway.
Yeah. Give him like you said, the hippie guy shows up, assumingly sticks a gun in his back and he faints.
Big
So
old
they bring him
wuss.
back to his house, and he wakes up and he was a piece of corn. Guy had a piece of corn. He's just eating it. That's his gun, and
Yep.
he doesn't have the tape on him. And then she goes into her whole spiel about her brother's been missing for 3 days and this tape, yada yada. He put it in a locker at some point. They go get it. They listen to it, and that
It's gibberish to them.
Godzilla. Yeah, it just makes a lot of weird noises, but then it cuts to 2 different things. It cuts to the main boss guy, who they know the tape's being played somehow on their machinery, and also Godzilla and his buddy here. They literally talk to each other.
Which is only present in the American release. So if you watch the movie with Japanese subtitles, I am pretty sure, since their dialogue's not subtitled at all. Oops, I got that turned off for some reason. Their dialogue's not subtitled at all, so it's strange. It's just strange.
Yeah, I don't remember what they say. It was something like, something's going on. What's that noise? And then only Godzilla's buddy starts coming to land. Godzilla just chills on Monster Island. Which, other than that point where they're on it, the title doesn't make any sense. Godzilla on Monster Island.
Yeah, that's why it's called Godzilla vs. Gigan. No.
But, of course, Monster Island's pretty far away, so there's a lot of clips of military getting ready and it swimming in and cutting back and forth. Same time, you have the main guy going into kind of deciding, yeah, sure, I'm going to help you, stranger, who fake gunpoint stuck me up for no reason whatsoever. And he keeps heading over to the kiddie land because he's bringing plans and stuff to the guy. There's like a big Godzilla that they're based in, and he keeps snooping around. He brings back a lighter which has her brother's initials on it. At one point, they knocked out the brother.
Yep.
But then later, he's still working with them. But then later, they stick him in a closet somewhere.
Yeah, he's like kidnapped and he's stuck in a closet until they let him out.
Again, whoever Godzilla's buddy is, I can't remember.
Anguirus.
Anguirus. Yeah, I can't say that.
Yeah, alright. I can't make you say it.
He finally makes it to land, and the military shoots him a lot, and then he just like, man, fuck you guys, I'm going back to Monster Island.
Yeah, he gets agitated and leaves. Like, fuck this. Got better shit to do. Goes back and tells Godzilla at some point, hey, there's something fucky going on, and so then they both decide to go back.
Yep. A little before that, he goes back.
Godzilla's like that friend who doesn't believe you unless he's there and sees it with his own fucking eyes. Like, no, motherfucker, I saw Bigfoot. Well, fucking take me. I gotta see this shit. You know?
Yeah.
That guy.
I was napping on a rock.
Right.
So the main guy goes back to the Godzilla Tower with more plans. He's trying to pick a lock where the brother is hidden, which wasn't even a lock. It was just a hole in the door, and he was sliding like a piece of wire through it.
Yeah, he was trying to pick it, and it's not that kind of lock.
Yeah,
so,
it's this futuristic space lock.
Exactly. Futuristic space lock. That's exactly how you should describe it.
The guy sees him again. He's like, that's not my office. He's like, I was just resting and waiting.
Yeah, right.
And,
it's the worst excuse ever. And the Japanese subtitled first excuse was pretty much the same thing. Just useless shit. Like, really, guy?
And he's like, go to the bottom floor, leave the plans, and here's a pack of cigarettes. He's like, oh, thank you.
This
of course,
a fucking dummy.
It was a trick. He had tracking devices, and apparently in every one of the butts of the cigarettes.
Yeah, because we see the guy put out one cigarette outside the door. I think the idea is it was just in the one that he happened to smoke. But he dropped the butt outside the front door, so it's like, hey, it's the same thing.
Well, he hinted at every one of them had a tracking
I suppose,
device.
yeah.
You know, because he could have smoked one on the way home, tossed it out the window.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he did smoke one on the way home, for sure. We know that. We saw part of that. But
And so not the main guy, the goon of the main guy, the main boss guy,
Kabuto.
his right hand man.
Kubota, I mean. I don't know the other guy. I don't. I can't. I don't know which character he's on this list. So.
I don't know. Well, he shows up with some goons from the tracking device. He wants that tape. They got their futuristic guns, and assuming the artist, main guy's girlfriend, sister, I don't know. Probably girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
She shows up, and it's set up in the very beginning that she knows kung fu, karate, or whatever.
Karate. Yeah. It's a good thing I have a girlfriend who's a karate expert. Is the actual line.
She quickly kicks the guy's asses.
Like
She's kind of weird because
would.
she knocks the guns out, but then when they're scurrying out, they pick up the guns, and they clearly could have they didn't.
Yeah, they didn't use them for some reason.
But they did get the tape back.
Yay, the tape.
And they put their plan into works. You play both tapes, and in comes the two bad monsters.
There's Gigan, who's new to this movie, and obviously the title monster, and Ghidra, who's been in a few other films, including Ghidra, Three-Headed Monster, and Godzilla vs. Monster Zero, which I realized actually would probably be a better film for you to watch. It's a much more fun film. But that's okay.
So which one's Gigan?
Gigan's the guy with the weird claw hands. Ghidra has 3 heads.
Gotcha. And they fly in at the same time. Godzilla and his buddy are still making their way over.
Yep, big ocean. It's implied that Monster Island is somewhere in the South Pacific. So.
And at some point, they all make it back in the on the Godzilla building
to rescue the brother.
Oh yeah, the brother was still there. Yeah.
So,
but they all get caught, and the plan is revealed.
2 of them get caught, right? And then the other 2 rescue them with a balloon. Remember? Because they took the balloon, they hit the zip tie. So 2 of them go in, they get caught.
They left the sister and the hippie out.
Yeah.
And then they come back later and save them. But they get caught, and the plan is revealed of something about Earth is polluted and they're giant space cockroaches.
Yeah, that pretty much sums up the entire story they give you. It's 5 minutes of exposition that no one gives a shit about. Like, I don't care. You're evil.
For some reason, when light shines on them as humans, they have cockroach shadows.
It's explained right before all that they are actually just projections of humans. They're not actually humans. They're just projecting human form. So you see a human, but they're actually cockroaches standing in front of you. Giant cockroaches. Man-sized cockroaches. Using 3D imaging technology to project a human form around them. So that's why when the power goes out and the lights reflect off them, the shadows or the shapes of their bug forms. Because they're actually bugs.
Now the monsters just start destroying the city, because apparently that's their plan. Cockroaches' plan.
Destroy everything? Yeah.
And Godzilla shows up, brawl takes place. The humans are saved, they run to the military, and for some reason the military is like, yeah, sure, here's some TNT, go back.
Yeah, they're like, well, we need to blow it up because it's obviously a super weapon. Like, okay.
Yeah, instead of some military guys went with them, but instead of just sending like an elite small group, just these
military.
like that main artist guy he must have had nothing better to do. Yeah, sure.
There's no reason why civilians in any capacity should have been here. But that's the charm of Godzilla movies. Civilians are often doing things they really have no right to do.
And of course, the bugs preoccupied with watching a monster fight, like most people would.
Wouldn't you?
They don't lock the door, put anybody guarding the bottom elevators.
No one. So no one on the outside. Like, all they needed was 2 guards outside, and be like, oh, someone's coming.
Yeah. So there's loaded with TNT, and then the artist guy, which really, other than that, was like the only artist thing other than the beginning.
It's like the writer said, well,
oh yeah, he's an artist.
We have to have him save the day in some way. Well, what if he uses his unique ability to draw to save the day? So what does he do, Owen?
He draws a picture of them holding guns and tapes it to the TNT, which goes up in the elevator. So when the door opens, the goons shoot at it and explode the entire top of the building, killing the cockroach aliens.
And does it work?
Yes.
Yep. And then we see cockroaches talking.
Yes.
And that's how we know that they're actually cockroaches.
And then the rest of the film, a good, 15 minutes, is nothing but monster fight.
Yeah, dude. Suplex does the Three Amigos suplex, triple suplex on Ghidra, and Anguirus, like, does his spiky, nut-busting back slap, you know? They beat the shit out of these guys. They mop the floor with these guys. It's great.
I guess before that...
Losing...
before they blow the tower up, the Godzilla statue or whatever, the building shoots laser beams out and is like destroying Godzilla.
Yeah, the tower itself
once
is
it's blown
in the
up,
shape of Godzilla. So,
but once it blows up, he gets up and then he proceeds to get his ass kicked pretty bad and his skull cracked open. But then he gets up and he's like, "That's nothing."
Yeah, he gets busted the hard way, starts bleeding everywhere.
And then they fight and he's stomping on necks and then they just peace out. They just fly away. It's not really a victory.
Gigan comes back to help Megalon in a later film. So.
And then they head back in the water and wave to the humans.
Peace out, brother. And then some crazy fucking Japanese song starts playing and I was like, I'm done. Checking out. I can't understand this. It's awkward. So yeah. That's Godzilla vs. Gigan. This movie came on TV all the time on TNT back in the 90s. I say that like every episode, but that's why I started this show.
Pretty much.
To talk about Monster Vision every fucking week.
Just to talk about movies you've watched a million times.
Yeah, you can go to YouTube, type in Monster Vision TNT Godzilla, and you'll get the coolest Godzilla like promo for their 4th of July Monster Bash. It's great stuff. Yeah, I really like this movie. I like all the monster action at the end. But yeah, like every other Godzilla movie, the human action's too much. Too much humans. So, due to a scheduling error on my part, I get to pick next week's movie also.
No.
No? You
did Mosquito, and then you did this one.
Oh, is that right? Okay. This is actually your choice. Never mind. So why don't you tell them what your choice is and why you chose it?
I'm thinking, Dear God, No. It's an indie movie. There's a biker who I believe is hired to capture a Bigfoot.
Okay.
And then a lot of shit happens. There's a lot of naked girls with guns wearing Nixon masks. Honestly, I don't know what happens in it. I just believe there's a Bigfoot at some point.
You're not even sure. He's not sure.
Bikers, Bigfoots, and guns and boobies.
Hey Thrash, hey Crimson, hey Will. We got peoples here. Alright, let's see here. Dear... Oh, that's not how you spell Dear God. Nope. Alright, we'll have to figure that out. I was hoping to be on Popcorn Flicks, but it's not. Oh well. Yeah, so that's what we're doing next week. Dear God, No. From the 2000s at some point. It's a newer movie. Just looks like it's older. So.
Yes.
Yep. And as a teaser, future titles is Without Warning, and Mutations, and Evils of the Night. All sorts of crazy sci-fi shit coming to the channel very soon. So. Yeah. Any last words? Or I should say, what are your thoughts of the film?
Yeah, it's alright. I mean, there's worse things to watch.
Are you down for another one in the future?
Yes. It didn't blow me away. I'm not running out and buying me a Godzilla doll.
You might get you a Godzilla doll?
No, I said that it didn't move me enough that I'd run out and buy one.
Yet. You need to see more. You need to fall in love with the character, huh? All right, so yeah, that'll be it for us this week. We will see you guys next week with Dear God No.
If I could find the stop button.